What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com recapping the news, and this marks the third Saturday in a row that I've uploaded on. Usually, you guys know I don't upload on the weekends, but I've kind of been enjoying it. So we're back again. In this video, we have a lot to talk about, and that's due to Jordan Brand officially unveiling the Air Jordan 1 Fearless Ones collection. We have release dates for every pair with the exception of one, and retail prices for the majority of them. Aside from that, we have a few more things from Jordan Brand. We have a release date for the Travis Scott Nike Air Force 1 Low, more from Nike, and a few things from Adidas. Also, if you got a quick second, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. It definitely helps a lot. Now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. Quick update on the Adidas Yeezy 500 Stone. Now, the last time I spoke about this shoe, it was our first look. Prior to that, we had a mock-up. And what was different between the two is that instead of using mesh on the panels and tongue, we have neoprene. Other than that, we do have a release date. It has yet to be confirmed from Adidas, but this is what's going around as of now. And that date is November 23rd. Retail price is set at $200. We have more clarification on the Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 MNVN. Now, in the previous video, and from what was initially leaked, it appeared that MNVN was a shade of orange. Now, that isn't correct. MNVN is actually the name of this latest Yeezy Boost 700. Now, originally, this shoe was spotted back in 2018, and then it was known as the Yeezy Boost 700 VX. Apparently, that was just a nickname for the shoe, and what it's going to be actually called is the Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 MNVN. So, going forward, we have two colorways that are going to release. Both are Photoshops. The first one will feature triple black, and then the second will feature orange up top, black across the midsole, with a little bit of silver. Now, I do believe where it reads 700 across the panels, that will be 3M reflective, as well as some of the other smaller details throughout. Instead of using suede, leather, and mesh, this new 700 actually comes constructed with synthetic materials. Currently, at the time of shooting this, there isn't a set release date, but they are expected to release during early 2020. And instead of paying retail price of $300, the 700 MNVN has dropped down to $220. Just leaked, we know that there's going to be more Nike Air Fear of God 1 colorways releasing during 2020. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any images. All we know of is what the colorway will be, the release time frame, and the retail price. Now, the first colorway will come dressed in multicolor, off noir, string, and oatmeal. The second will feature multicolor, off noir, off noir. The third will just feature off noir, off noir. Now, to me, it does seem a little bit plain. However, the multicolor shade can incorporate obviously a lot of colors. Now, the first pair that I read off, that will drop during spring of 2020. The other two are expected to arrive during summer 2020. And retail price will be $350 each. Concepts has officially unveiled their next Nike Kyrie 5 collaboration. This more than likely will be their last one. I do know that they're going to release a collab on the Kyrie 6 during December, but this is known as Orion's belt. Now, reading from their press release, referenced in the Orion's belt design is the theory that the constellation aligns perfectly with all three pyramids of Giza, which along with the Great Sphinx were believed to be submerged in water at one point. The pyramids on the sneakers shroud are in accordance to the actual size and order, while the constellation sits above on the tongue. The shades along the swoosh and heel counter represents where the water levels would have receded over time. So overall, a pretty cool concept. Now, to the release details. This pair is releasing on October 26th for $140. Now, it's being said that this will be an exclusive to Concepts Online as well as Concepts NYC. We now have a detailed look at the Nike SB Dunk Low Night of Mischief. Now, I was speaking with the individual who took these photos. It's actually from Unheard Of, and they have already released the shoes. Now, he did inform me that skate shops don't have a release date for the shoe. As soon as they get them in, they are allowed to sell them. And Unheard Of had a crazy line just before the release and they sold out within the hour. Now, I personally hit up a few skate shops around me, and for the most part, none of them are getting them. However, the ones that did, they are already sold out. So your best bet at this point would be to call your local skate shop if you want to grab them, or you can wait because they're going to drop on October 31st via sneakers, and the retail price will be $90. Now, I'm hearing a lot of conflicting arguments going around. Some people saying this is a GR, some are saying it's a quick strike, and to me, it appears that this is more of a quick strike release. This is kind of the last thing from Nike. You'll understand more in a second. One of the things I need to talk about is a full collection, which has one highlight from Jordan Brand. So I'm going to segue into Jordan Brand with that. But I do have a release date for the Travis Scott Nike Air Force 1 Low. Now, this does come from my source. However, like always, gotta wait till Nike confirms it to make sure this is 100% legit. But what I was told is that they're going to release on November 16th. I know there's been a few people asking about this, so hopefully this helps out. Now, this will also be a limited release. Everything Travis Scott releases pretty much sells out almost instantly, and the retail price on this pair will be $160. On to a hybrid of Nike and Jordan Brand. Olivia Kim, who is Vice President Creative Projects at Nordstrom, has unveiled her collection, and that is being called No Cover. Now, the collection includes the Nike Air Force 1, the Nike Air Moab, the Air Footscape, the Air Max 98, and the Air Jordan 4, which was being called Pony Hair, known as Nike by Olivia Kim. Now, reading a bit more from Nike's press release, her collection is known as No Cover, which is inspired by hip-hop styles connected to the 90s in New York. In Kim's eyes, this collection is meant for everyone, men and women, the young and the old, in order to promote no judgments and no rules. Additionally, Kim's selection of the silhouettes is predictated on her own latent desires. While she loves New York streetwear from the 90s at a time when a majority of the fashion-forward styles and fresh colors were made for men, and she could never find anything in her size. So for the collection, we have two release dates. The first one will be an exclusive to Nordstrom NYC online at nordstrom.com/x Nike and sneakers, and that will take place on October 31st. Now, there's going to be a global release date, and that's going to take place on November 8th. The only retail price we have currently is for the Air Jordan 4 Pony Hair, and it's being reported that that shoe is going to cost $190. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the retail price actually changes, or when info originally leaked, which was about a month ago, that it wasn't updated then. But like always, more info coming soon. Definitely will update you guys in a future video. Not only do we have a first look at the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Pine Green, but a detailed one. Now, you probably already saw the first look a few days ago. A few solid images had leaked, and just the other day we got this detailed look, which will obviously give us a really great look. Now, initially I was told, and this was months back, and I held on to this info, that this shoe would feature patent leather. Nike has decided to not use that and go just for a straight leather. I'm guessing they heard the cries for the Shattered Backboard 3.0, even though that's a crinkle leather, but it seems like everybody came full circle. Everybody wants a pair of those. Anyways, the leather texture looks closest to the crimson tint Air Jordan 1, and to me, this shoe would absolutely be a hit, with the exception of the Wings logo. Now, I know some of you guys don't care, and that's fine. To me, I'm just not a fan of it. Anyways, I do like the colorway and the color blocking enough to probably look over that, but we do have a while away before these release, and they're dropping on February 29th. So that will be right after the whole All-Star Weekend craze, and retail price is set at $170. Alright, so before I talk about the Air Jordan 1 Fearless Ones collection, this morning I got multiple text messages and a few DMs. And the reason for that was there's somebody on Instagram that posted what turned out to be the Air Jordan 1 FlyEase. Definitely going to talk about more on that in a second. Well, when he posted it, he said, Basically, this was the new beginnings Air Jordan 1. You know, the one that everybody is looking forward to. The OG high cut, larger wings logo, and one of the colorways will be the Chicago. Anyways, one of the text messages I got was from Z Sneakerhead Z, and we were kind of going back and forth like, this can't be the new beginnings. So I reached out to somebody at Jordan Brand. He reached out to his people, and almost immediately we both came back and was told that it was the Air Jordan 1 FlyEase. Now, the individual on Instagram wasn't so happy, but it is what it is because Jordan Brand officially unveiled them today, which confirmed what we already had announced. And this collection is probably one of the craziest collections I've seen released in some time. And I'm going to read from the press release, but not only that, what's not included in the press release is retail prices and release dates. Now, every shoe in here but one has a release date, and a good amount has retail prices. However, for the ones that don't, I'm going to estimate how much it's going to cost. But like always, in the next video that will be updated, I'll make sure to let everybody know on that. But getting to the press release, this holiday season, Jordan Brand celebrates the power and impact of the Air Jordan 1 franchise with new interpretations and collaborations in the Fearless Ones collection, along with fresh articulations of contemporary classic color schemes. Each pair serves to extend the defining spirit of the pioneering silhouette. First up, and probably the most important here, it is the Air Jordan 1 FlyEase. So a lot of people, they see the shoe and they don't really know the background of it, and I understand that, but just to let you guys know, before I read into this more, this shoe was actually designed for people with disabilities. People that have trouble putting their shoes on, this shoe will be perfect for them. The colorway is nice, so definitely like what they're doing here. Originally, the FlyEase was seen on, I believe, the LeBron Soldier line. Now, just to give you a little bit more background, the Fearless Ones collection is led by the Air Jordan 1 High FlyEase, which exemplifies the symbolic power of the AJ1 as a conduit that share what it means to be fearless. The remainder of the Fearless Ones collection follows this theme by highlighting communities, collaborators, cultural leaders from across the globe who inspire people to reach new heights in their respective fields, and illuminating stories connected to MJ's intrepid drive. Now let's get into a little bit more on the FlyEase. Taking insights and inspiration from adaptive athletes, the Air Jordan 1 is the first Jordan Brand shoe to feature Nike FlyEase technology. The Air Jordan 1 High FlyEase adds the new benefit of easy entry while staying true to the silhouette's iconic look, colors, and materials. It features a zipper and strap FlyEase system for easy one-handed heel entry and exit, and an adjustable eye stay, hook, and loop for top entry. Currently, a release date is set for November 1st, and the retail price will be $140. Made to shine, this Air Jordan 1 features a textured upper and metallic rose gold panels and a Fearless One branded insole. So this is the women's version, and as you guys know, they are releasing on October 22nd, and the retail price will be $160. Like the OG, which was a cultural shifting movement disguised as a basketball shoe, the Air Jordan 1 High Zoom is more than meets the eye. Using an iridescent inspired upper, the color shifts with the light, beautifully displaying another side to its appearance and changing viewers to appreciate what lies beneath the surface. Additional details includes full-length zoom air for superior cushioning and an icy sole with color fade and Z zoom graphic. Releasing on December 7th, retail price will be $175. Inspired by the first three Air Jordan 1 patent leather mid colorways, this version pays tribute to MJ's basketball journey by combining university blue and gym red on a patent leather upper. The original black and gold patent leather colorway sees its tribute come to life on the gold swoosh wings logo. For the release date, this pair drops on November 2nd, and the retail price will be $160. Next up we have is Flight Reimagine. This is a subdivision part of the Fearless Ones collection, and Nike has stated that 3 Air Jordan 1 releases this season will celebrate iconic MJ stories with a fresh perspective on the cherished colorways. What we're calling the Shattered Backboard 3.0, Nike is calling them black and orange. Highlighted by a crinkled patent leather upper, this Air Jordan 1 uses black, orange, and cell for a fall-inspired colorway. I'm sure everybody knows this, but the Shattered Backboard 3.0 Air Jordan 1 releases on October 26th for $160. Originally being called Who Said Man Was Not Meant to Fly, or just simply Meant to Fly. Jordan Brand is calling them the Air Jordan 1 Retro High Bloodline. Now, the reason for the initial nickname is because that quote was actually used on the insole, and it was inspired by an original commercial. A new take on the iconic black and red colorway, this Air Jordan 1 High features a leather upper for a refined look and feel. This shoe is this year's Black Friday release, which takes place on November 29th. Retail price will be $160. Last up, we have the Air Jordan 1 Mid, Come Fly With Me. Dressed in a premium black leather upper, this Air Jordan 1 Mid pays homage to a classic 90s Jordan campaign that asked, who said man was not meant to fly? Now, this shoe currently doesn't have a release date nor a retail price. Moving on to the Fearless collaborators, first up we have is the Air Jordan 1 Low React Fearless Ghetto Gastro. Created in collaboration with the culinary collective Ghetto Gastro, the silhouette brings a new flavor to the Air Jordan 1. Inspirations include comfort, unity, and the streets of New York City where design, art, and empowerment intersect. No retail price as of yet on this shoe, but they're dropping November 14th. Next up we have is the Air Jordan 1 Mid SE Fearless Blue the Great. Designed in collaboration with Los Angeles-based artist Blue the Great, this Air Jordan 1 leans on his love for primary colors on a suede and corduroy upper with his BTG artist signature featured on the heel. I'm definitely liking the color combination on this pair. It does have some 90s vibes. No retail price as of yet, but this pair will release on November 9th. Now, I did mention early on the shoes we don't have a retail price for. Aside from the Air Jordan 1 Mid, Come Fly With Me, that shoe I'm not entirely sure, but these collaborations should range anywhere to $120 to $150. This shoe we talked about briefly in a previous video. This is the Air Jordan 1 Mid SC Fearless Facetasm. Brought to life by cutting-edge Japanese brand Facetasm, this Air Jordan 1 is inspired by their expression of Tokyo and features their signature crinkled look, a woven brand label, and heel tab for easy entry and exit. One of the other smaller details you'll notice is there's a Jumpman on the midsole. This pair is releasing on November 22nd. Now this next collaboration, I already know I'm going to butcher the name, so I do apologize. This is the Air Jordan 1 Mid SC Fearless Maison Chateau Rouge. I know I butchered it, my apologies. But getting on to the details, Persian lifestyle brand Maison Chateau Rouge applies African-inspired design cues and hand-stitched details to the Air Jordan 1 Mid to honor its founder's roots. As for a release date, this pair drops on November 30th. This is another mid that I'm liking quite a bit. It's the Air Jordan 1 Mid SC Fearless Melody Ehsani. Now, she has worked with Reebok countless of times in the past, and I do believe this is her first time with Jordan Brand. So, going over what Nike has to say, Los Angeles-based designer Melody Ehsani brings her signature style and message of self-expression, female empowerment, and paradox to the Air Jordan 1 Mid. Highlights include a decorative gold watch debris and hand-lettered quote on the midsole that reads, "If you knew what you had was rare, you would never waste it." Additional hidden inspirational messages from Ehsani are hidden throughout. Once again, this is another shoe that has a mismatched theme, and we do have a bit more information on this pair compared to some of the others. And the reason for that is she actually teased this pair on Instagram and then announced it, I believe, right before Jordan Brand announced this whole collection. But they're first going to release at Melody Ehsani's website on November 8th. Following, there will be a global release, and that will take place on November 15th. Retail price is set at $130. Last but not least is the Air Jordan 1 Mid SC Fearless Edison Chen, also being called Clot. Clot founder Edison Chen adds his personal twist to the Air Jordan 1 with a woven nylon upper and fadeaway swoosh that represents the hidden details revealed under the shoe's upper by natural wear or customization. A Chinese token-inspired design detail spells out Jordan. This is another pair I'm definitely liking, and this pair drops on December 7th. Now, from this entire collection, let me know in the comment section below which pair you plan on picking up, or multiple pairs. Also, I'm seeing a few of these pop up on release date calendars for like Finish Line, and I believe another big chain retailer. I'm not sure. So even though these are collaborations, they're still going to be on the limited side, I believe, but it won't be like an exclusive to Claude or an exclusive to Melody Ehsani store. But with that being said, more than likely, most of this collection is going to sell out. I know mids aren't favored by many, but a lot of people are hyped for these. I can tell you that right now. And that recaps the news. Like always, we post it first on SneakerFiles.com, and then we take it to YouTube. Like always, I appreciate you guys watching, taking time out of your weekend. I know you guys are busy, so greatly appreciate that. As well, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And before I get out of here, make sure to leave a comment below. Let me know from this video what you liked, what you disliked, or maybe what you want to see in the following video. Also, if you have a second, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.